Hello viewers, you're welcome back to Touchline Talk Fantasy Premier League. If you're not talking fantasy football, you are not talking football at all. It has been a long summer since the Premier League ended and fantasy football is finally back. The transfer window is open, teams are reshaping, coaches are rebuilding. We are here to discuss fantasy football. It's good to have fantasy football back. After what feels like an eternity since we have been away at the back of last season, Touchline Talk is finally back for the new campaign. This is where football meets fantasy. We don't just talk about who scored the goal. We critically talk about fixtures. We talk about strategies. We talk about tactics. Who to captain. That's basically what fantasy football is all about. We give you details and give you insights about how to win your mini leagues. As you know, FPL is not just about picking 11 players. It's about making the right decisions, making the right calls at a particular time. It's about knowing when to hold a transfer, when to roll over. It's about knowing when to use your chips. Of course, chip strategy is also a very important and integral part of the game. This is what we are bringing to you this season on Touchline Talk. Today, we are kicking off the 2026-2027 Fantasy Premier League football in style. The Premier League is finally back tomorrow with current champions Arsenal playing at home to Coventry City. Talking about fantasy football, managers across are making their final drafts and they are getting their teams locked in. After months of planning, analyzing and making few questionable decisions, it's time for Touchline Talk to give our game week 1 draft. We are here to review our draft. Who makes the cut? Who is the big game player we are going with? Who is the big game player we are that isn't making our cut? These are what we are bringing to you. Who are the differentials? Who gets the armband? And most importantly, the biggest question I ask everyone is, are you playing fantasy football to win a game week, or you are playing fantasy football to win your mini leagues? Touchline Talk gives you the avenue for you to adopt our strategies, adopt our templates, adopt our team selections across the season for you to win your mini leagues. What you need to do is to send a message directly to us. We would give you WhatsApp or whatever channel you feel you can have a one-on-one conversation with us for us to detail you about your team selection each week. We do this so you can ensure that you win your mini league. It's a guarantee that you should win your mini league if you adopt our strategies. So whatever you are, a seasoned manager or a casual manager, you are at the right place. Touchline Talk gives you the insight about everything. The new season starts tomorrow. The deadline is approaching. The teams are almost locked in. So let's stop talking. Let's drive right straight into it. And don't forget to send a DM. So now going into our final draft for game week 1, I actually had 3 different drafts going into game week 1. I had to weigh the options to see which I should actually adopt. And then the most interesting thing amongst all 3 is that they are all bench boosts in game week 1 and no HAALAND. I watched the Community Shield against Arsenal and then HAALAND did not look ready. He didn't look ready for the league. He was subbed off, I think, around 53 minutes, and it's unlike HAALAND. So I am questioning his fitness, and I think since I'm bench boosting, I don't go with a player who is at risk to feature. So I've actually gone with players who I feel are nailed to start. My co-experts kept asking, why bench boosting in game week 1 when you can actually wait and see what the season is before using my chip? I am someone who I have thought about it. I should attack early, hence I'm going for bench boost in game week 1. I feel like if I am sure 15 players are nailed to start, why not I take advantage of it by going early, attacking early, as against facing the risk of rotation going forward in the season. So I believe I have built a squad capable of giving me 15 players that would play. It is not a double game week period. This is just the first half of the season where I say, okay, let me wait for a double game week. No, it's definitely going to be in a single game week. Now ask yourself the question, which single game week are you sure to have 15 playable players. So I feel game week 1 is the right time to actually bench boost. I'm trying to maximize the opening window. I want to attack quite early. The risk everyone is obviously talking about is the risk of new players being slightly incorporated into the team, rotational risk and all. That's why bench boosting in game week 1 is not for everybody. If you must do so, you must build specifically for it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to win FPL in game week 1. I'm trying to position myself strongly after game week 2. The first 2 game weeks are phase 1 to me, and then game week 3 is a different phase. I call it phase 2. HAALAND returns in game week 3. Yes, he plays at home to Coventry City. So in game week 1, I'm going attack. Game week 2, attack. Game week 3, HAALAND returns with a structured squad, because I'm thinking about wild carding or free hitting in game week 3. So I'm actually going for an early cheap strategy where I bench boost in game week 1, and then in game week 3, of course I'm going with a no HAALAND draft. In game week 3, HAALAND returns for his home game against Coventry, because there's no how I'm sleeping on HAALAND against Coventry. So I'm going early bench boost and then no HAALAND attack in the opening 2 game weeks. Then we assess for game week 3. So going straight into our team selection. In goal, I have David Raya. Of course, he's the best goalkeeper in the game. David Raya. Then my bench goalkeeper is Verbruggen of Brighton. In defense, I have tripled up on Arsenal with Gabriel Magalhaes and then Mosquera. I've heard different news about the arrival of Enzo Konsa as to why Mosquera shouldn't play, but I think Mosquera starts on Friday, tomorrow. I think Mosquera starts. I don't think Enzo Konsa will just walk into the team. And of course, you know my team is structured around bench boost game week 1. After game week 1, I could decide to bench Mosquera for game week 2, and of course I'm either wildcarding or free hitting in game week 3, so I can do without him. So the arrival of Enzo Konsa has nothing to do with me tripling up on Arsenal defense with Mosquera being involved. Also in defense, I have Nico Williams, who plays as a wing back for Nottingham Forest and is good for bonuses. Lastly, I have Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire plays against 2 newly promoted sides in game week 1 and game week 2. So I think it's a good way to attack Manchester United defense. Could easily keep 2 clean sheets in both games, and it's also good for DEFCONs. In midfield, I've gone with Bruno Fernandes, Cole Palmer, Bryan Mbeumo for a Manchester United triple up. Dominic Szoboszlai, of course, he should be on penalties and definitely has a share on set pieces. Lastly is Ndiaye of Everton. In attack, I've gone with Joao Pedro, Calvert-Lewin, and Brobbey of Sunderland. Of course, many people faulted my inclusion of Brobbey, but I feel I was locked between himself and Richarlison, but I felt Brobbey deserves an edge, as he should be nailed for minutes and he plays away to Ipswich. So I just feel it's an easy route to assessing Sunderland's attack as they play a newly promoted side, as against Richarlison, who plays home to Aston Villa. So that is our team selection for game week 1 bench boost. So there you have it, our game week 1 team review. I am practically locked in with this particular draft. If there be a change, to be subject to probably injuries or a late minute news whatsoever, and I'll be there to reach out to you if you are on my DM to give you my final verdict, if there be any. But I'm locked in on this particular draft, so please don't forget to send a message for one-on-one interaction, one-on-one advice, one-on-one coaching for your FPL to win your mini leagues. We thought it's a guarantee. You get to win your mini leagues. It's a no-brainer. We assure you you're going to win your mini leagues. So drop a message, join our channel, like, follow, and share. So that's it on Touchline Talk team selection. Do have a very, very good game week 1. I'll see you after the game week. Bye.